Let's begin.
Let's move on to episode 5. Jade gets captured by a mystery person with a helicopter team, and we're not supposed to find out who it is until later, due to how it's shot. We cut back to 2022, and shitty Evelyn calls in Wesker after his work time. We see the Mexican guy Angel beaten up in a chair, and Evelyn goes on about how Angel knows about the Tijuana incident. Evelyn has Wesker torture Angel, and she's supposed to be intimidating him, but she's still as intimidating as a wet fucking fart. We cut the young Jade and Billie, and at this point, like I've said already, I don't give a fuck anymore about these two. Young Jade mentions their dad Wesker's laptop and how they should go into it. They go searching around for clues in Wesker's lab, and there's a shitty, horrendous pop song that plays during this sequence. The asshole hacker Simon pops up again through FaceTime, and I still hate him and young Jade's stupid romantic attempts, and the stupid flirty dialogue. It's irritating at this point. I still think that young Jade is the worst thing about this show, and it sucks because she's supposed to be the main character besides present Jade. This episode is a big snooze fest, mainly because I don't care about any of the characters. The closest is Wesker because of Lance Reddick. The girls and Simon continue to look around for clues that Wesker left for them. They find a big bag of money and a gun that Wesker left behind for them to get out of Dodge. The girls start arguing again for the 100th time, and I'm thinking to myself, why hasn't young Billie been sick again? They said it was 3 days for someone infected to turn into a full-blown zombie. And Billie's been fine the past day. I think it's been well over 3 days. And she's had no blood or throw up like she's been having the past 2 days. They get mad at each other, they argue and they storm off, and I don't give a fuck. Then Billie has a somber talk with the Simon hacker guy because she hasn't liked him through the show, but now she's starting to warm up to him, and it's all good again between the sisters. Fuck this episode. The girls have to find this key to a secret door that Wesker has, and turns out that the key's been around their dog's neck the whole time. They go through the secret door, and they find an underground lab that Wesker has. They find a Raccoon City tape, they pop it in, and we see 1998 footage of Wesker being a bad guy. We see Lisa Trevor pop up for 5 seconds, and Wesker injects her with something. The girls shut the laptop off because they've seen too much. And young Jade is in denial. Like, oh, this can't be real. This can't be real what he's doing. Your dad's working for the corrupt umbrella corporation that experiments on animals and humans. You know this already. So why is it that hard to believe? Your sister's been infected by a mutated dog, and you know what your dad's up to. The dialogue is making me facepalm, and it physically hurts. Just as they grab the Lisa Trevor video with the evidence, a trap goes off, setting off a big fire in the lab. But Wesker pops up out of nowhere, and we finally find out that the girls aren't his. Really? Because I didn't see that coming at all. 1, Lance Reddick is old enough to be both of the girls' grandfather. 2, Billie obviously looks nothing like Lance. So right from the beginning, I saw that coming 100 fucking miles away. There's no excitement to the reveal when it's painstakingly obvious. The girls don't trust him now, so young Jade pulls a knife out on Wesker, and Billie knocks him out. They handcuff Wesker to a chair to interrogate him, and he pretty much spills the beans. I mentioned in the earlier reviews how it's weird that we see characters understand each other's other languages with no problem. Wesker reveals that he made the girls stronger when they were embryos, which gave them advantages like understanding every language, blah blah blah. Wesker explains that he's the only one who can save the girls from Umbrella. If they find out that young Billie was bitten by the fucking mutated dog, they can all be killed or arrested. After a long time, we finally cut back to present Jade, and the mystery person with the helicopter team is revealed to be Billie, who's still alive after all these years. I'm gonna give this episode a 3 out of 10.
Let's begin.
And we're moving on to episode 6. We open with shitty Evelyn talking to Wesker about virus stuff, and we see that Angel, the Mexican guy, is still beaten up in his chair. Wesker secretly questions Angel to see if anybody else knows about Billie being infected. Angel tells him no. Wesker ends up killing him anyway, but with the faster, lethal injection. He does finally grow a pair and steps up to Evelyn, but she keeps him trapped with the guards. We cut back to present Jade and Billie, who we just found out is still alive after the end of the previous episode. There's a lot of bad blood and sibling rivalry, and Billie has present Jade chained up. Billie works with Umbrella as an adult, and she's pretty much an unlikable bitch now. She's a villain now, but it's clunky and it's not enjoyable. After she makes the guards go away, Billie reveals to present Jade that she's not immune and that she's still slowly dying after all these years. So the virus never killed her off after all these years, and she still looks healthy as an ox, but she's gonna die soon. I'm as fucking confused as you are. Present Billie takes a tracker out of present Jade's arm and tells her to punch her for all the bad blood and all the sibling rivalry. Present Jade does punch her, and what does Billie say? I never stopped being your sister. Then present Jade runs off. What in the fucking Lifetime programming is this? And we still have the shitty soundtrack to keep us invested. Yay! Present Jade's old group, I guess, comes and rescues her to take her on their ship. I don't remember these characters at all, and I'm sure that I don't give a fuck by this point. It felt very abrupt. On the ship, present Jade is finally reunited with her daughter and her husband. And like I said, I don't care much for the husband because the show has been setting up a stupid fake romance attempt with young Jade and young Hacker Simon, and we know that she has a different husband in the present, so there's no excitement or buildup when we know that she's gonna end up with another guy. There's chemistry between present Jade and the daughter, I will admit that, but there's no chemistry between her and the husband at all. We have a talking scene between the two, and it's very fucking boring. We find out that he's not the biological father, and it just feels like a Lifetime scene again. Because this is what the fuck I want to watch when it comes to Resident Evil. We get a fucking stupid sentimental scene where they make up, they fuck off screen, and everything's back to normal. Present Jade talks to one of her close friends in the research group. They talk about having kids. Then the friend talks about how she liked being peed on in college. I am not joking with you. That's a real piece of fucking dialogue in this fucking show. I cannot make any of this shit up. Present Jade and the research friend operate on the Mother Zero's head, and they find a possible start to a cure. After many, many trials and experiments, blah, blah, blah. We cut to her daughter's piano recital, and it's decent. I kind of like how the scene was shot. Present Jade finds a zombie to test out their possible cure/pheromone spray, and it turns out to be a failure because of the stupid daughter. Present Jade tells her daughter not to get close to the zombie while she's doing the pheromone spray experiment. And what does the daughter do? Get close to the zombie, which makes the zombie go fucking crazy, break out of its constraints, and chase the daughter down the hallway. And pretty much break off into the ship. This was fucking horrendous and stupid. The research pissed on and college friend gets killed, of course, by this fucking zombie. And I do feel a little bit bad because this character wasn't as annoying as, let's say, a fucking Evelyn or a young Jade. The research friend's husband finds her body, he snaps, he points a gun at present Jade, he fires off a shot, but present Jade's husband blocks the shot literally by tilting the fucking gun up with his hand or his fucking arm. The shot hits the roof instead. When the fuck did present Jade's husband turn into Superman out of nowhere? He literally just physically blocked a bullet and didn't get hurt in the process or anybody else. We cut back to 2022 and Evelyn has Wesker locked up. A hole in the wall is knocked out where Wesker is. He takes a look inside the hole and sees an older version of him, pretty much a clone. This gets a fucking 3-piece. It's a snooze fest, it's annoying, characters are still pissing me off, and we still have very stupid character choices.